welcome back to my channel. So today we will be talking about something new. Natasha Denona is going to launch this mini eyeshadow palette. This is the Mini Biba, and also she's also going to launch this mini cheek palette. This is called the cheek rose, no, it's called rose cheek duo. So I will insert the Instagram picture over here. So this really looks like a very nice little collection. The colors in this Mini Biba really looks very pretty. I was contemplating on whether or not to get this palette, and then I'll try to go to my collection and see what colors I already have in her collection, and I found out that maybe actually I do not need that palette. So today we'll be doing the dupe of this Mini Biba and see how close we can get, whether or not we need to get this palette. So I will be getting her little cheek palette. That is because the blush inside the palette is actually a cream formula, and I don't really like cream formulas because they go bad very easily, and I don't think I'm someone who can finish using the blush so fast. So instead of waiting for it to dry out, I would rather just purchase her other blushes next time when she come out with another formula, maybe a powder formula instead. So we are going to be duping the Mini Biba, and the first palette I can think of is this. So this is the Coral palette. So this is not the mini, this is one of the larger pen size palette. I got this at a very good discount from Sephora sale, and according to the Mini Biba, I feel that the pictures really look very corally. So I really like this kind of corally look, and the shades really look very similar. If I were to cover up the center violet shade, you can see we almost got all the shades already, which is prevalent in this Mini Biba. The only thing is this color over here, this shade over here may not be as glittery as her center shade. So the center shade looks a little bit more glittery, and I was reaching for this. So I think the center shade looks more like this shade over here. This is from the Mini Retro palette. So now we will be doing a very quick dupe of this palette. So the first shade is a deep dark brown. So from the Coral palette, this is the brown I have. Definitely it is not as deep as the color we see in the Mini Biba, but nevertheless we will just swatch this color. So this brown over here is not as deep, and it's a bit more reddish, I feel. So I'm sure that all of us have a lot of deep dark browns from other palettes, but I want to keep this just using Natasha Denona's palettes. So this is the brown we have from this Coral palette. So the next shade is a lighter shade of brown. I'm going to be dipping into this. This is the Mini Zendo palette that I have depotted. I will link a video of my depotted series of the Zendo palette, and also this is the picture of the Zendo palette for easier references if you have this palette. So this is the shade from this Zendo palette. It looks quite similar to the Mini Biba shade, I feel. So this is that second shade, quite similar. And the next up, we will be going into this Mini Retro to get this shade over here. This is the most shimmery shade out of this entire palette, and this shade really looks quite similar to the Mini Biba shade, the center shade over there. So this is very shimmery. One of the nicest shimmers we have from Natasha Denona. You can see this shimmer, this shine over here. This is very gorgeous. So for the fourth shade, Of course, it's a corally shade, so this is the shade we'll be going into. This nice corally shade over here. This is one of my favorite shades from this palette. So the coral will really look very nice and refreshing on your eyes. So this is the nice corally shade, which really looks like the Mini Biba shade. And now we have the last shade, which I think looks a little bit like this shade over here. So we'll just quickly swatch this. Look at the nice pigmentation of this shade. So here, these are the colors that I have duped, mostly using the coral palette. And I dip into one shade from the Zendo and one shade from the Mini Retro. So what are your thoughts? I'm really glad I did this dupe of the Mini Biba because I found that I have a lot of similar shades already. And what attracts me to the Mini Biba palette are the corally shades, which I already have in the coral palette. So what do you guys think? Do leave me a comment down below. Do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!